Welcome to Twin Peaks Unwrapped. I'm your host, Ben Durant, and beside me is...
Bryon Kazaska. How's it going, Ben?
It's great. How are you, Bryon?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You're still at home?
I've been sitting in this one chair for like 12 months doing these videos.
I'm still stuck in the red room.
Yep.
So we are just here again to talk about our book, Twin Peaks Unwrapped, the book. And we are really short. We're under 60 books left. Yeah. I mean, that is unbelievable. That's it. Once they're out, they are sold out. They will be out of print, and you won't be able to get a print version again after this. So if you're interested in Twin Peaks Unwrapped, the book, you can get it at bluerosemag.com. And let's talk about our favorite things about Chapter 11. So Chapter 11 actually focuses on Episode 9, Coma. And Bryon, what is something that you really liked about this chapter?
Well, it prominently features, at the end of the chapter, we have community commentary and our friend Bino. And I'm not going to tell you what it says. I'm not going to describe the photo that he submitted, because I think you should buy the book to get that. But why it's my favorite thing is because when we went to the festival for the very first time, it was like 1 a.m. We're at the airport trying to rent a car, and we're tired, and we just want to get the car and go to bed. And this gentleman says, are you Ben and Bryon? And we're like, yes. He said, I recognize your voice. I was on your show. And it was like weird.
It was Bino. It was
Bino. But like, it was weird having someone recognize our voice for the first time, because we've been in our own little bubble in New England. So going across state and then having someone at 1 a.m. recognize your voice is pretty crazy.
It was great.
He was such a gentleman. He was such a nice guy. He's a great fella. I recommend you follow him on the old Twitter. But he's like, it was just so cool to meet him and then meet everybody. And then we got a nice little a little blurb in this chapter from him with a photo with some cool stuff, which you gotta buy.
He's a collector, right? He might be a bigger Twin Peaks collector than even us. I mean,
oh yeah, bigger than you, Ben, bigger than you. I mean, you like to collect all the stuff, but he goes full out. So
yeah. Well, I think one of my favorite things about this chapter was us talking a little bit about the 1-900 sheriff hotline that back in the day, back in 91 there. I really got a kick out of that. You had Lucy and Andy having conversations, and like you'd call up and you'd have to pay a couple dollars to try and see if there was some new mystery about Twin Peaks. And that's just something that we put in. We tried to in these chapters, sometimes if there were things related to what was happening in that time, we would try to talk about that. And that was just something, it just so happened in this episode around that same time, 1-900 sheriff station hotline was around.
And it's been a mystery for you for years. I mean, like ever since I've known, like this is something you talk about all the time.
Well, I thought it was funny that, because there was like a mystery man. There was a mystery guy that got called Lucy on the show, and right around the same time we had the 1-900 sheriff hotline thing. And I kind of said, is this some kind of, cross promotion kind of secret and coded thing?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's something that I just love. But there's so many great things. I mean, we talked to the writers of Twin Peaks. We've talked to the actors and crew. And it's just, I think this book is just a wonderful history of Twin Peaks that I'm so glad that we were able to make and share with all the community.